So, Christmas Duck. Christmas Duck, Hi, I'm Steve Gaynor. I'm the co-founder of the Fulbright.
Hello, my name is Kate Craig, and I was creating a lot of the environment.
Yeah, the biggest purpose of the card was the Goodfellow High School jacket, and the logo generally is a reference to the logo for... The fact that there are speedruns for our game makes me really happy, and the fact that, that the any percent speedrun, aka you don't have to pick up anything, just get...
Oh man, mom handwriting. We went through a lot of different moms for handwriting.
Hi, I'm Chris Remo, the composer on Gone Home. In my commentary tracks, I'm going to be talking...
This is where you find the first half of Sam's Locker, or I guess...
Hi, this is Corin Tucker from Heavens to Betsy. And Heavens to Betsy was a band that formed in 19...
When you're putting like lamps...
So these are all the VHS tapes, or most of them, in the house. And these...
My name is Sarah Grayson, and I do the voice of Sam Greenbrier in Gone Home. Currently based out of Portland, Oregon.
So here's one of Dad's pulpy JFK books.
One of our favorite movies is...
The doors were actually one of the hardest things in the game to get working correctly, and I know that there's still some...
Here we have Fresh Magazine, which is...
Inside of this file folder, you find the first combination code in the game. This code goes to Dad's locked filing cabinet, and it's 0451, which is a bit of a tradition.
Most of the bookshelves in the house are...
Sam's story.
This is our old-timey record that we got from archive.org, source of all good things. It's...
I feel like one of the best bits of advice was actually from the Fulbright team before going in to do the first recording. And it was a suggestion that I should...
Composing the ambient exploration tracks definitely ended up being the weirdest part of creating music for Gone Home. The audio diaries tended to take...
One of the larger assets that we needed for the basement to really give it character and personality was a furnace.
Oh man, this thing.
So two things. One, Mom's Canadian.
Yay!
So there's this little scrap of...
You know, there was kind of this intellectual, cross-cultural, like, pen...
There was a little bit of concern.
Putback is the feature that I'm happiest with in the game, and it actually came about as sort of a little bit of an accident. Playtesters had told us they didn't want to feel like some kind of horrible person rummaging around this house and tossing everything on the floor, but there wasn't really any...
The music for Gone Home was mainly composed over two separate periods, roughly a year apart. A version of Part 1...
Fanzines, I mean, that's one of the things that we started doing right away, was doing these Riot Girl fanzines, and everyone would...
So earlier in...
All of the sliding doors that you see in the game are actually, from a code perspective,
writing Sam...
You know, it's really about the ideals that we were trying to get across in our music. You know, I think that...
When you put out any sort of content about your game online,
For a long time, the kitchen was not going to be mid-renovation the way that it is.
Definitely the second half was where a lot more of the emotional weight in the character came.
Oh, you found an Easter egg!
Who found it?
You found it! This is the best! You looked up! No one in a first-person game looks up!
Because there's no rewards to looking.
So that was probably...
I'd already played through the first full half of Gone Home before I started composing any music, which was really important to understand how the game felt and played and looked. But I didn't...
Really early on, we didn't really give Kate very specific direction for this. She gave us. So you want to talk about this fucking jazz mug?
Nobody wants to talk about the jazz mug.
Well,
it's
except
the
for
worst.
Carla.
I hate it. It's the worst.
that was such a common theme
Yeah.
when we were like approving assets or making stuff visually for Gone Home. Is just like, oh my god, that's hideous. I fucking hate it. We're putting it in the game.
Yeah,
because
there's
like
so
just
much
like
of that.
awful '90s furniture and like
Like we see it in a secondhand store or like
or you
just
see
on
it
the
in the
internet.
Sears catalog
like,
we
yeah,
bought, and
also
it's just
true.
like there's
We
so
just
many
feel like,
fucking
ugh,
ruffles on it. I want
ugh.
to puke. Like the wicker furniture in
Yeah.
Mom and Dad's room.
Right.
It's like that's fucking hideous.
We need it.
We never really discussed the idea of individually scoring each audio log ahead of time.
I had seen Bikini Kill and Bratmobile play their first show at the North Shore Surf Club in Olympia. That was
Around here, you will find. So these are stereographic?
Yeah, I ended up being pretty happy with this. This is the only picture of Lonnie that we had.
I was one of the hosts of the Idle Thumbs video game podcast for a year or two, and I go on there. Mom and Dad are much more actively.
One of the assets that I really liked creating in the game were these board games. So there's 3 in total of them throughout the house. Ideally, there'd be more.
Barf Burger is enjoyed by all. A lot of Gone Home is about pointless interactivity that.
The boxes of tampons that you can find in the washer.
Well, I mean, I've always, one of the most comforting things in the world to me is having somebody like brush my hair or stroke my head. Like my mom, when I wasn't feeling well, I could lie down in her lap and she would just brush my hair. It would always make me feel better. Like
The life cycle of the condom.
That's not a real thing, Steve.
One of my favorite things that came out during development was someone wrote an email.
Another board game.
So there's a lot less density in the house than there would be in a real house. Like if you look around your house, there's just junk piled everywhere. Probably
Maybe
like
it's just our house.
I think it's most house.
Oh, you're right.
But so our strategy. Almost none of the events, the little events in the game, are scripted. As far as like triggering when you do something.
I really enjoyed playing Gone Home. I have to say it was pretty exciting to find the Heavens to Betsy tape, because that was really...
Okay, the Wildfire book. Oh man, look at this thing. Yeah, this was another one of those situations in which I totally felt like a weird creepo when I was doing research, and there was a lot of really horrifying romance novel covers. This poor guy was on somebody's...
You want to talk about a place for Christmas duck?
This is where Christmas duck goes.
Oh, it's Christmas duck's little house.
I think this is one where I love.
It's one of those things where we had always wanted to. Well, so this is the last room in the game, or at least the last room chronologically in the story.
You made it.
You did it. Yeah, this is where you